Dude, Zoe and I were just talking over here a second ago. While you were over there, Chris, just about like the busyness and everything of teaching. And it's like people have been leaving comments on some of our videos and be like, oh, teaching's not that hard. You only work 180 days. Dude, I have not been going home at night until 11 p.m. And that sounds so crazy. And I don't mean from like teaching, like grading papers. I just mean I'm in college after. We're starting this business, the teacher's lounge, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I am busy all night. And I was like, I am slowly transforming into that professor.
Yeah.
Because teaching is taking so much time. I'm wearing old white guy shoes. I've got like a beard.
I think that's
Today,
just who you are, bro.
No, it's not. I refuse to believe that. I got them from Shoe Carnival and they're comfortable, but I'm on my feet all day long. Today I put facial lotion on my face and it was stuck in my eyebrows. So I was walking around with white eyebrows all day long. And you know how you hear rumors about teachers growing up? You'll be like, oh, that's Mr. Jackson. He sleeps in his classroom.
Yeah.
Like I'm slowly becoming like the teacher that's like, oh yeah, he doesn't rub lotion into his eyebrows. Like it's just unraveling my mental health.
It's crazy because you would look at a certain teacher like, why this teacher don't shave, or why this teacher smells like dust, or just why this
smells
teacher,
like dust.
Yeah, why this teacher looks like that. Now you get it because
100%.
everything you're going through. Yeah,
everything you're going through, and people are like, it's only like 6 hours a day, and it's like, no, that's what we're paid for.
Yeah.
To add to that, I remember, the stress of the district that we teach in is. Someone said it to me a long time ago when I was out on the road doing stand-up and I was a sub. He goes, I would hire you today. And I go, why is that? And he goes, because the things that you've seen in that school district, you'll never see. So you're
100%.
You're going to be more than prepared to work in this district.
Dude, working at this school district is like seeing the Loch Ness Monster and going and working at a bank and telling people, be like, no, I swear it's real.
Yeah.
And people are like, nah, you're just making that up. And you're like, no, it is real.
It's going down, yeah.
That's what it's like. And that's like what we were going to talk about today was like the propaganda. We'll just call it propaganda because that's what you were saying.
Especially on stage recently.
Yeah, 100%. The propaganda of movies about teaching. And what I mean by that is like Boy Meets World. There's always cool teachers in movies, right?
Yeah.
Boy Meets World, it's like Mr. Turner. He's got the leather jacket. He's got the motorcycle helmet and everything. Like Corey's always like, hey, Mr. Turner, can I talk to you for a second? He's like, I've always got time for you, Corey. Like people want you to be that teacher because that's what they grew up with.
Yeah.
And when you kind of show them what's behind the smoke screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like working at Universal Studios. You're like, no, I see it when popcorn's all over the ground. When you tell them about the metaphorical popcorn that's all over the ground, people are like, stop, you're ruining Universal Studios for me.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're like, no, this is what teaching really is.
Yeah.
And there's people who have a problem with that because they've watched so many movies about teaching and stuff that they don't like that we're being real about it.
Yeah. I always say people are either reflecting on what their experience was,
which was different,
right?
Or
they're reflecting on what they think it should be. You know, and literally they just have zero clue of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Most people would not be able to handle at a high needs, low performing school.
Absolutely.
They just wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's why the turnover at a high needs school is like the turnover at working at Olive Garden in Burbank. Actually, you probably have more long-term employees at the Olive Garden in Burbank than you do at one of those schools, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
I can see it. Is it like you ever seen the movie Lean on Me?
Yeah. I've never seen it. Is it a teaching movie?
Yeah, it's a teaching movie.
Yeah. Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer.
No. It's what's the older
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. And he's teaching a bad school, and it's just crazy. They got all types of crazy kids going back and forth. Same situation, bad parenting at home, but it's a real movie about teaching. You know what I'm saying? And how he had to come in as a principal and reshape the school.
So he would have lasted all of in today's climate. That's what's so funny is people watch movies like that.
And they
like,
think that
just lock the doors. I go,
no.
Lock the door and get killed by your kids. Walk around with a baseball bat.
Exactly.
Like, literally, I think the front cover of that movie is like him holding a baseball bat.
He would be fired right away.
Fired immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, because back then you could be. So there was a movie too. I never saw it, but I've seen clips of it called The Substitute. And like one of the kids tries to throw a swing at him. He's like, and then like grabs his arm and twists it around and like pushes him down. He's like, "Are you done yet?" or something like that. And it's like, dude, if you did that now, the public school system have had so many lawsuits. The thing is you can't do any of those awesome things that they did in those 80s and 90s.
Put you against the wall. Stop it. What's wrong with you?
In
Pick
2000s
you up.
movies, like being like, yes, you are somebody.
Yeah,
like even if you do that, like, did you yell at my child?
Exactly.
Like there's so much red tape that like you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's like swimming in a 12 feet of water, but you're handcuffed and your legs are tied.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're just jumping up like,
and
people are like, just scaffold to them, just talk to them, just have a conversation with them. And you're like, yeah, I tried to. And he told me, I'm like,
kiss his butt.
He made a voodoo doll of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, the crazy part too is not only do you have, like, is it hard to enact any kind of standards that would benefit the kids, but then you actually have pushback at a low performing school. You have pushback from the admin. And I go, you're the same people
you're with the same as me.
Jaime Escalante in Stand and Deliver is trying to go against.
Yeah.
You know, and they're pushing back in their own which way. And you go, oh,
we're supposed to be on the same team.
Yeah. No, they just want everything to go like this. They don't want to actually everything to flow perfectly. They just want it to continue exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's like, I love it when like an admin, you go to an admin and at some big school and they say, you know, the only time you come to me is when you have something negative. It's like, yeah, buddy.
I'm not going to talk to you about my fishing trip.
Do you want me to check in every class period or every day? Hey, great day today.
Yeah.
No,
guess what happened
if I'm
today?
talking, because you also don't want me in there. You don't want me in there. So if I'm getting to you at this point, right? Just know I've exhausted all of my other avenues. How do I know that? Because you have all these things that push it down on me first. And so
I'm lucky that I have good admin. They leave me alone and let me teach whatever I want, which is nice. But it's like the kids are definitely like crazy. And my classrooms are packed because that's electives. Since I'm drama, no one takes the electives class seriously.
Nah, it's a blow off.
No. And so that's what they hire you to be a babysitter that teaches, but you still got to get credentialed.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I really do try to teach because I have integrity. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm trying to actually teach them something. But it's so exhausting because I watch kids sometimes too. I think it's Chromebooks, I think it's cell phones, and it's no discipline. But today, like I tried to get these kids to form a circle, and they would just go nuts after like 2 seconds. And I just told them, you guys got the attention span of a goldfish. And I go literally like, oh, there's a pigeon. Oh, there's an ant. Oh, Mr. Jones. And they started laughing, but it's like, seriously, I go, just focus. Focus on me. Focus on me. I go, I'm like right in front of you. And it's not, they weren't even trying to be mean.
Yeah.
They weren't even being rude. They just they couldn't take standing in a circle.
Yeah.
And it's like it's too much, dude. You're just overstimulated.
So if they were to make a movie about you teaching and making a difference, how long would that movie be and what would it be about?
It'd be a series, actually.
I'll tell you what the movie is right. Yeah, it'd be a series because I'm still in it right now. I don't know how it ends.
Okay.
The first 6 months, awesome. Would open my doors. When I first got there, I had my doors open. The kids would come in. I was letting them freaking sit on the counter. And they're like, oh, Mr. Jones, you're so cool. And they were like eating Fritos and stuff. And I'd be like, hey, guys, my only rule is make sure that you clean up all your stuff. And they would, right? And then like school started. And then I got in college and I started getting credentialed and everything. And then throughout eventually they started like shoving chip bags like in the cabinets and stuff like that. And and then I was like, all right, guys, you can't eat in here anymore.
Yeah.
Then I started letting them sit in there, but then they would like mark on the desks and start defacing like this desk, or they would take a permanent marker and write on the board. I was like, all right, you guys can't be in here anymore.
Yeah.
And then I started locking the door. And then after about like 8 months, I started shutting the lights off whenever the door was locked, like when I'm alone in my room.
Yeah, you can't come
on
in.
my recess.
Yeah.
And then like now it's like if anybody even knocks on the door, I'm like,
what do you want?
Yeah. Like it's you
So yours
do
would
that,
be
so
a
it's
villain
like,
origin story.
Yeah, but the kids still love me though, and I'm still like kind to them, and I'm still like I still teach them, but it's just like don't bother me on my breaks. Like I don't open the door for them during nutrition anymore because I have to protect my space because I'm already burning out already, and I've only been teaching for a year and a half, and I'm already burnt out.
So that would be
already.
So your series would just be like, hey, the nice teacher, and then the middle of the series is just
the nice teacher who gradually becomes more disheveled, and then like birds start nesting in his hair. He looks like he hangs out at libraries.
Do you think that teaching can age you? Like, I mean, I remember Barack, when he first was the president, he was looking good. But then as he went on, he aged super fast as the president. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, you see those before and after pictures.
You know, yo, what happened?
Yeah, it looks like
Biden almost died. So
it looks like they had a daily meth habit for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do think that. And there's a lot of things I'm doing right now to manage that. I have a great relationship with God, and I regularly have to forgive people because it's like when I am in traffic now, I'm not an angry person, dude. You know me. I read motivational books, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I'm in traffic now, if somebody cuts me off, I'm like, okay, just calm down.
Yeah.
You know, like because your nerves are so, so I'm doing acupuncture, a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I think you gotta live your life, man. Work out, do everything.
Yeah, and I went to the gym before this, and I worked out in these clothes because that was the only time I had to go. I'm that guy now. When you see a guy walking on the treadmill in khakis, that's me, you know? So, yeah, I do think it can age you. Do you?
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to continue just talking about like all the movies. As I was trying to.
No, 100%.
I was trying to get you back to it, but you weren't taking the full bait, man.
No, you know what it is? I think we're weaving back and forth between the propaganda and the reality. And I think those movies, we're constantly talking about the reality in here, but that is why people fight us, because these movies, these heartwarming movies of the guy who goes in and white saviors it up. You know what I mean? Like people are like, why can't you be that guy?
Yeah. I think it's just, any time that somebody calls you a hero, just know it's a crap job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're like, when people say you're doing the Lord's work.
Oh my God,
you're doing the Lord's work. Exorcists and teachers got the same job.
Yeah,
dude. Exorcists and teachers probably both drink the same amount of alcohol.
At least heroes make more than doing the Lord's work,
dude.
And that's barely nothing,
dude. Exorcists and teachers.
I posted a clip like that. But this lady, she's having an exorcist. She was screaming, sit down, sit the fuck down. She was losing it. Like,
wait, she was really doing an exorcism?
No, but it looked like it.
But that's what I think.
When she was screaming.
But I think too with those movies, like, you know, when I first watched them, you know,
it inspired you to want to teach?
No, it's not that it inspired me to teach. It inspired me that if someone can make a difference, that they can. That's the problem that I have. That you can make a difference, right? If you put the effort in, no matter what it is. And so now I look at them, and I remember when I loved those movies growing up, like Stand and Deliver, Lean on Me. I've seen so many times.
I haven't seen Lean on Me.
Oh my God, dude, it's such a good
I haven't
movie.
even seen all of Stand and Deliver. I've just seen clips of it.
But I've never seen Dangerous Minds.
I haven't either.
But then when I became a substitute, and because so much of what I believed, and we talk about reality, that reality was broken. My illusions, and the illusions that the TV or the movies gave me. So the movie that actually was the most realistic that I'd ever seen was Detachment with Adrian Brody.
And it's reality of teaching.
That's why it wasn't popular, because it's not a happy movie. And I go, after being in the school system, I was like, more teachers could probably relate to that. The public's going to relate to Lean on Me. They're going to relate to Stand and Deliver and all that. But the teachers are going to relate to it. It's almost like, I want to find out with like Vietnam vets, which movie do you relate to? Not the movies that are popular. Like, which ones do you feel like
tell your story?
If it's not, maybe not that, maybe it's post-war and having what you go through or whatever.
And most people I know that was in the military, they think it's crap. So those military movies, war movies, and like, that's not how it is.
You know what it is, dude? If they made a movie about the mascots at Disney, you know what I mean? And then they just have Mickey like, oh, and then they actually make a movie to where it's like Jorge and he's like drinking after hours. It would like, he's all the mascots
having a smoke with a Mickey Mouse, and it's kind of
freebasing. He's shooting up heroin, whatever it is, and then people be like, "This isn't a happy story." It's like, yeah, but that's what those mascots are doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that teachers are doing that. Some of them probably, you know, but I mean, teachers.
Dude, that's what's so weird.
But it's like people don't really want the story. They want the escape. And dude, I love a good story. I love a heartwarming movie. Those are the kind of movies I want to act in. I want to act in heartwarming movies that inspire people. But you got to be honest at the same time.
Absolutely.
Too. Because
100%.
a lot of this stuff, intentional or unintentional, I'm sure it's unintentional because they just haven't been in the classroom. But it's propaganda to the masses because it's like, ain't no Mr. Turner, ain't no Mr. Feeney. Like there are people who care. I care about my students. I really do. That's why I'm stressed out all the time because I actually care. But the thing is like, I'm not going to be the one that's like, hey, Walter, yeah, I can stay 30 minutes after. Come on, have a seat, buddy. You know that girl that you've been talking to? Man, she likes you.
Yeah.
I've been seeing her.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what people think that you're doing all day, or that's what they expect you to do. Instead, you got a kid dancing on the desk. You got somebody that has a lighter out for whatever reason. You got a kid trying to vape in the corner. You've got like kids rolling around wrestling on the ground. You've got
crumbs on the floor.
Yeah, like talkie crumbs on the floor. And then somebody's still like doing this and like licking them off. And you're like, don't do that. You're trying to call someone's parents. Admin is knocking on your door about IEP papers. Did you see those? You got to send a kid to the office. There's a kid with a bad bladder that's like, can I go in the bathroom? Like you're dealing with all of that at once. And by the end of the day, you're just like, oh,
no, that's the problem.
What's my name?
You're like, I wish I could have that conversation.
Yeah, I want to have it.
But guess what? I'm so exhausted that I'm just like, I'm like this and I'm ready to
get out of my way, Richard.
You're over it already. Yeah.
Dude, but yeah, it is. And it's also, I think, like a lot of those movies where I was thinking about it, like how I would say it, like now that I'm a full-time teacher, I would say most of those movies are just what I mean by propaganda. The propaganda for people to sacrifice their soul on the altar of making the world a better place.
It's kind of like, hey, become a hero, and then you're serving somebody else's cause.
Yeah, there you go. And you're like, but then. Because that's the weirdest part is like
it's war machine propaganda.
Yeah, it is. It's war machine. And then next thing you know, some 18-year-old, right, is in whatever war fighting in Vietnam going, I want to be here for freedom. And then they're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, and it's like really you're just finishing George Sr.'s business.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, which I have great, like I really do respect our troops because they're there for noble reasons, and we do need a military, because if we did take our defenses down, we have so many enemies that would love to destroy us. So it's like God bless the troops, but at the same time, it's like they're preying on two things can be true at once, right? God bless the troops because we do need them, and it's like, but like they're also preying on young kids like a chicken hawk, like that are 18 and don't know anything yet. And they're
there's also a big difference. Like if we're talking World War II, I get that. Understand? Like
yes,
to make
1,000% to stop.
That's why I always go back to Vietnam, because Vietnam was the most political war that we lost. Listening to people of like, all right, go take that hill. And then the next day they're like, all right, get off that hill. And then the enemy takes it back. Then they're like, go take that hill again. And people are like, what? And just watching their friends die.
I know, dude. And the thing is this is a totally separate conversation, but like, because I'm pro troop and pro like veterans and everything, I don't want to see those wars happen. You know what I mean? Like those people are like anything but like pro the troops, like, cause they just want to ship them off.
Man, that stuff mess you up.
I have a lot of friends, dude, who fought in the Iraq war, and it's like, dude, God bless them, honestly, because it's like, you know. And then one guy, I'm not comparing teaching to that because teaching is not. This is not what we're saying, guys. Okay, so don't freak out if this becomes a clip. All right, I'm not comparing teaching to being a troop. Their life with their sacrifice is way bigger than ours. But there was a guy in one of our comments that said, I fought in the Iraq war. And then he goes, and then I started teaching. He goes, and after 3 years, I developed a heart problem. Take with that what you will.
Oh, wow.
And so I was just like,
that's tough. Like, oh, that was bars. Like, bow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, to even, for him, that reality, I think what probably happened was he had so much stress from the war. The teaching was probably just the
added on to it later.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It just adding on to it. That was the cherry on top of the poo-poo pie.
Yeah. I mean, teaching is not for the weak. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not for the
weak.
strong either.
I know.
Like,
Yeah,
it's not
I
for
think
anyone.
it all.
Yeah.
You know what though? I think that for a lot of people, and once again, it's like there are schools out there that will chew you up and spit you out. Those are the schools that I'm talking about that are just stress inducing, ulcer producing type things. If you're at a different school, it's guess what? Those still exist. Yeah, you got issues that pop up and all that. But guys, comparatively speaking, you feel like a teacher.
I do think even at the best school, though, middle school is probably tough. You know what I mean? It's just,
of course,
I'm
is
in
definitely
middle
worse.
school at a high need school and middle school. And it's like, but, you know, I think that at the end of the day, like
100%, but you can't, but a school that has test scores that are 8 or 9 do not have the same behavior as a school that has test scores of a 3.
That's true.
Like that meaning behavior will pop up at those schools. It doesn't mean that it's school, but every day you're not going to have the cops at your school. There's a difference. And that's the thing is like, I've been to those schools where no, imagine the cops at the school nearly every day for something. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's how schools are in Chicago.
That thing, it's intense. And I don't think that people understand that. You know, it's like, oh, like stress or whatever like that. That's why those movies, I look at it and I go, you're not telling the full picture.
That's why our movie is going to be a comedy, but it's going to tell the full picture. We're making a movie eventually, guys. At our school, what was crazy when I first got there was a student. That student is no longer there. I'm not even going to say their gender because I don't want to get I don't want to give any details. But said student, they were afraid of lawsuits from this student because this student would go to different schools and their family would sue the school.
That's crazy.
Lawsuits. Well, the student pepper sprayed someone and there was literally a chopper flying above our school because they called the cops. I can't remember the full story, but I don't know if it was a student that called the cops or somebody else. But there was a chopper flying above our school.
Wow.
Like they sent like a chopper. And the thing, and my first week there, they put the student in my class. It was my first week teaching. And they go, you know, you're a very likable teacher. It's like, just gonna go easy. You don't really need to discipline them. But now I have this student that's acting crazy. I'm not allowed to discipline them because it's gonna get the school a lawsuit.
Oh my God.
But now other people in the class are seeing that. I also had like 4 other troublemakers. I had all the other switchblade hanging out by the railroad, you know, kids and everything. And so they would see this person, and this person was just leading a revolt. And the student would walk across the tables, would do all kinds of things, and even
walk on the tables.
Yes,
in class. So you sit there just like, so you're the teacher and watching this.
I'd be like, get off the table.
Yeah.
And the BII who followed the student was around, was like, no, you can't do that. Trust me. Don't say anything. And everyone was just a hostage to the student. And
that's the movie I want to see.
Everyone,
so toxic. Yeah.
Everyone was like, we don't want to be dealing with this. Everyone was scared, including everyone at the school. And that is not an isolated incident.
Wow.
There are so many of these situations that exist in public schools to where hands are tied and it's like you can't say anything. In big cities, and you can't say anything. So the student who's walking across and people are telling me, hey, don't be alone in the room with the student because they'll make up rumors about you. And I'm like, what?
Really?
And yes.
That
and so
sucks.
They're walking across the table and doing all this stuff. And it's like, where is that in Stand and Deliver? And if that student wasn't Stand and Deliver, Jaime Escalante would have kicked him out and be like, dude, get the hell out of my class.
Yep.
And it's like, if you say that now, it's like, oh, you'll lose your job and get sued. And so you're like, okay. And then you have all these people that are feeding you all this BS rhetoric that are like, just social emotional learning.
PBIS, positive
behavior enforcement. Did you give her a sucker? Did you do that? And so you're just like, you're dealing with that. And it's just lunacy.
I know.
It's fruitcake lunacy.
I love it, man.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
We're putting that in the movie.
Yeah, that has to be there. That has to be
100%.
Yeah, dude. But that's why I tell everybody, if you want to know what it feels like to teach at some of these schools, you need to watch Detachment with Adrian Brody. It's his most underrated movie.
I've never even heard of it.
That's what I mean.
Look it up,
bro.
when I get
Because
home.
good movies. I used to say this when I worked at Blockbuster. I used to say the bigger the display, the worse the movie is. The smaller the display, the better the movie.
Oh yeah,
is.
if it slips through the cracks, it's a brilliant movie.
It's because, and I became like the go-to person for movies. I'm telling you, Detachment is a great movie. That's why it's not popular. Look what sells in popular. Pop music continues to sell like gangbusters over and over and over, right? But there's singer-songwriters that are actually really good lyricists, speaking from their soul. People are like,
no, dude, I agree with that. But you
gross.
know what? One thing that is positive, this is a separate note, but about social media, is I think that a lot of the mask is off with social media.
Yeah.
To where I do believe people want to see that movie now. I believe that movie would do well in today's climate.
I agree.
I think it would work. That movie would work and would have a major following in 2025 because we've been gaslit so much over the last few years with COVID, with so many different things. Last decade with fake wars, and by I mean wars that like we have no business being part of. Let's say even like the last 15, 20 years, so much stuff we've been gaslit over that I think people just kind of want reality now. Yeah. That's why our videos that do the best are just when we get on there and we just sort of talk and just be reality. Because I think people, they don't want escapism as much anymore. They want something that feels like they're really being heard and listened to, because there's so much BS, dude, to where we can't really trust a lot of things. We can't trust our politicians. We can't trust a lot.
Can't trust nobody.
Can't trust a lot of people. Yeah. Everybody's a snake in 2025. So it's like, if you come out and it's like, I think this guy's telling me the truth. Yeah. Then people will not everybody, but there will be people who rock with you.
I believe that. You know, it's really weird to that too, like, with social media is that I always joke. I go, I make a video talking about one of my favorite times as a teacher. I get 46, like 2 likes.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
They don't want to hit nice stuff.
Doesn't work,
and then
it doesn't.
But then if I talk about, you know, at times I wish I was a PE teacher instead of teaching math because they come down on the core subjects. Do you know that more than anybody else, or just being, I guess, real, more brutal.
Dude, if you just talk about like you're so brain dead that you brought your keys in the shower with you, it'll get like 3,000 likes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like that's what everybody's feeling.
Everybody want to hear the beef, the problems.
The problems. Yeah.
Bring your keys in the shower.
I've never even done that. I just thought of that, but
I tried to start my faucet.
Yeah, I tried to start my faucet. It's like it won't go. Yeah, 100%. But on a more positive note, you know, is there anybody in your guys' life, being the cutesy wootsy kindergarten teacher, is there anybody in your guys' life that is going to get the gold star this week? By gold star, meaning like you get a gold star.
Get a gold star.
Is there somebody? Doesn't need to be a student, but just like anybody.
I probably had to give it to one of my instructors. Because we have this 8-week program, like a theater program, like during the school year, and they go and teach like during the day. And you know, so I would give her different scripts and stuff like that, and I would tell her, hey, do some commercials and stuff like that. Yeah. So what she did is create a whole program for a showcase. So she was doing scenes, and then in between, she created commercials for the kids and making the kids do commercials. But the way she's really impacting these kids, they love her and they learn a lot. And most kids don't know anything about theater. But after this, all these kids want to do it now. And she's just really dope, man. She has a big heart. She's been writing for them and just creating a lot of content. And the kids are growing, opening up. And she's making a change in these kids' lives right now.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. She definitely gets a gold star.
Absolutely. Boom.
She gets a gold star.
For sure.
Who gets a gold star in my life? You know what? She doesn't even watch our podcast, but my girlfriend. Like, that's not a great way to set it up. Being like, it's just because she sees me do comedy. She's been to a bunch of my shows and stuff. But she has been, I think, like after work and everything. You know how you always say? I saw a meme one time that somebody said, when a man is stressed from the world, because you don't get a lot of grace as a dude. You know what I mean? You don't. That's what people don't realize. Like. People don't give an F about you if you're a man a lot of times. And you go through all the stress and everything. she's been just so chill. How's your day, honey? Are you okay? You know, like in that
Make you feel good. You need
the
that sometimes.
and that like
support,
strong, soft, like just beautiful, like energy to be around, to where like, because the world is so rough. The world is like, you know, it can be so rough sometimes. But having that like just
that balance
of that nice, feminine, sweet, beautiful energy, like after you're stressed from the world. So she gets a gold star. That's who gets a gold star. And I know it's like kind of like, dude, talking about your girlfriend, but she has been like very much a source of like decompression.
That's how it should be.
It should be, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, even as I'm saying it, I'm like, that's chilling out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you definitely gonna get a gold star when you get home tonight after she see this. Okay.
I'm not gonna see it, but you know, like
well, whenever she sees this, you will get the gold star.
I'll send it to her.
Yeah.
Clip this.
Yes, I will.
Gosh, my gold star. I'm actually gonna give it to an adult. Mine is gonna go to, and I can say his name because it's a very positive thing too. His name is Mr. Patrick. He's a SPED teacher who actually goes in as a co-teacher in one of my classes. And the reason why I love it is because they want us to do this co-teaching model that is basically impossible to do. So he picks up the slack in so many other ways that he analyzes the lessons that we do in the class and the homework. And every week we have a test, right? 4 lessons, test on Friday. He creates everything based on that. And he does such a fantastic job of it. And it's so great because the kids are, you know, I don't have to sit there and create anything. All I have to do is he just says, make sure to check my numbers. You know, and so he shares the Google Doc with me and everything. It's so incredibly nice to have that.
Bonding,
you know, and he's even doing things where like he takes it and does like what's called a spiral review. What that means is you embed within the test previous stuff that's important. So the kids are seeing that stuff over and over and over. And for me, I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And it's also fantastic for the kids because, you know, they're getting a weekly test, which they can retake or whatever, but it's literally based on what they're doing in that moment.
That's awesome, man. And it's like, you know, I like the fact that we have this segment because there are a lot of good things about teaching.
Absolutely.
You're just so overworked and overwhelmed. Like today, I did this cool thing with my class, and it's like, this is a positive note. I just had this idea. I don't know if I've ever done it before, but I go, all right, I want you guys to imagine there's a giant box in the center of the room. We do a warm up and we get around in a circle. And when I can get kids to stand in a freaking circle, it's awesome. But I go, I want you to imagine that there is a box in the center of the room. And I want you to pick up a negative emotion that you feel often. I go, it could be depression. It could be worry. I go, it can even be hatred. I go, it doesn't really matter what it is. You don't need to even tell me what it is. And I go, I want you to imagine yourself picking it up, feel how heavy it is, and I want you to put it in the box. And some kids were just like, then there were some kids who would actually do it. And they'd be like, I was like, you want to tell me what it is? And some of them would be like, no. But like when it worked today, it was like a really beautiful thing because you could literally see the light bulbs going on. And I told them the lesson today was, I go, you feel a lot of negative emotions in life. I go, negative emotions are not bad. I go, you just have to learn how to channel them. I go, because I go, positive emotions, negative emotions. I go, we wouldn't know what positive was if it wasn't for the negative. I go, negative emotions are not something that need to go away. I go, use that in your scenes. Absolutely. I go, you have social anxiety.
Yeah.
Let's come up with a scene about somebody who has anxiety. And then I told them a story. I go, you know, a guy at my church took a picture of my girlfriend and I. And I go, and my girlfriend really liked the picture. And I go, I don't want you to post that. And then she goes, why? And I go, because my face looks fat in it. I go, I look like I got a fat head. And then I go, don't post it. I go, I hate the way my head looks in that. I go, what emotion was I feeling? And one of the kids goes, insecurity. I go, exactly. I go, but the fact that I told you that now that doesn't own me anymore. And
I
go,
think
I
it
want
does,
you
Matt.
guys
It's the
to
third
do.
week you've been talking about your fat
Yeah,
head.
but you know what?
It is owning you. It is owning
owning me a
It's like
little
the
bit.
4th week, I think. We've been talking
It
about
is
your
the 4th
head
week.
every week.
But you know what? I can talk about it. A lot of people just try to hide it. I'm talking about the fact that my face looks puffy.
Yeah, because you're gonna get to 40 soon.
You know,
It just continues to get
it's
wider.
like Hey Arnold. You know what I mean? It's like silly putty. But don't say that. I'm seriously. Today I work out at Planet Fitness. And I asked them if they have a red light sauna, so I'm going to see if that helps any.
It does.
I'll let you guys know. But I'm going to start going in there. Dude, 100% it's stress. That's literally what it is, because my face is not this puffy.
No.
It's
It's in
stress.
your head, though, too.
But anyways, I like that we're doing this. Now, let's go back to negative, because you just put me back in that headspace.
Okay.
Who's going to detention hall besides you two guys for talking about my fat head?
Oh, I wasn't talking about your fat head.
You laughed.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No.
That's where Matt's at in life. I'm going to bring up my fat head and then blame others.
Yeah, that's what it is. This is your fault. I look like this now. You got me into teaching.
I feel like we're dating.
You introduced me to it.
Yeah.
This is your fault. I mean, we have a podcast together. We pretty much are. Who's in your detention hall this week?
I'm gonna put this lady from Miami. This teacher. She's a teacher from Miami.
Did she work with you?
No. I'm gonna post about it tomorrow. Actually, I might post about it tonight. Because it was a school in Miami, Florida, right? And this teacher was singing "Happy Birthday" to this black kid. This kid had to be maybe like 4 or 5 years old, right?
Yeah, I saw that video.
And she did her own version of "Happy Birthday," and she said, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to a monkey, and you smell like one too." It was disrespectful as hell, and you can see the kid's face. She actually recorded it and sent it to the kid's mom. She recorded the video.
She didn't know. She didn't realize how racist it came off.
Exactly,
Apparently.
and disrespectful.
It's just tone deaf.
Yeah,
totally tone deaf.
And this kid was the only black kid with all white kids around him. And this kid had to be maybe 5 years old, and you could see the concerned look on the kid's face. And this is supposed to be this kid's birthday, and the kid had this look on his face like,
that's sad.
Like, what are you saying? So the mom is actually suing the teacher. Suing the school, which I think she should, because that's totally disrespectful. But it just taught something to the other kids to hear something like this, that it's okay to call this kid a monkey. They're little kids. Why would you call this kid a monkey? And it just touched my heart, and it's really messed up about the whole thing. So she deserves attention big time.
You know what's crazy? When I started working, just to piggyback super quickly, I noticed that kids would call each other monkeys all the time.
Yeah.
And they would say it. And like most of these kids are Hispanic. But I talked to them and I'm like, guys, you can't call each other that. And I don't know why they do it, but they do it all the time.
Yeah.
But like the kids in my class, I might have like 4 black students.
Yeah.
That's it. There's not a lot of black kids that go to this school.
Yeah.
It's mostly Hispanics. But like I've talked to them, I'm like, guys, you can't say that. And some of them have been like, why, mister? And I'm like, because to some people, that can be a racial insult. And some of them don't know.
Yeah.
Or they pretend to not know at least. But some of them,
but
this
yeah, but this was totally disrespectful, because she said,
it is disrespectful.
She said you look like a monkey and you smell like one too. So now this kid stinks now too. This is what you think about this kid. Now this kid stinks as well. It's
tone deaf,
really
dude.
bad. Yeah.
And it's like it's crazy that like there are people who have literally zero awareness. And it's weird that you're in a communication position, because you have to be able to look at those nuances. It's like us as comedians, we touch all kinds of topics and all kinds of things, but it's tested because you're testing it out. This is just it's very tone deaf.
I think some people just gotta be knowledgeable about the thing first.
So and the thing that so that version of the Happy Birthday song has been around for a long time.
That is really
dude.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
Okay,
where that person messed up was that there are so many things that can be that someone can have no ill will or any kind of.
No, I don't think she would say that on a job and send it to her mom if she.
And so
absolutely,
so I think that I wouldn't be surprised if she sung that Happy Birthday song to multiple kids over multiple years.
Okay.
And the reason why from what I read about that she sent it to the mom was because she texted that to the mom saying, we're celebrating the birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing that the woman didn't take into consideration, right, is, hey, you might be singing a song that had no racial undertone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to be aware that something like that can be taken in a very negative light.
Absolutely.
Case in point, years ago, I know a guy who loved gardening. So he got at his school, built an entire garden, right? And he allowed the kids to choose whatever they wanted to plant.
Yeah.
The next semester, stuff is blooming. They go out or whatever, and the kids are picking stuff. And one of the girls went home and said, so-and-so, and the girl is black. She said, so-and-so is making us pick cotton.
Mm-hmm.
So as you could see, he had no ill will planting that. There was multiple things that they planted, sunflowers, all this stuff.
Okay.
But as soon as I heard cotton, I was like, oh, dude.
Dude, you got to pay attention to what you
bro,
what the
just
hell?
don't. No, the reason why is because also we don't know if someone is also looking to get offended, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to be aware of that. Now, you know what's so funny that most kids don't know that monkey thing?
Yeah.
Check this out. I was out on the yard one time looking at these little kids, white kid and a black kid. I knew they were best friends. Black kid comes up to me and he goes, Mr. Dunham, Chad, I'm going to make up names. Chad's my brother. Chad called me a monkey. And I'm like, oh God, no, dude. I don't want to deal with this.
The black kid said that or the white kid?
Yeah, the black kid came up and said,
Uh-huh.
Chad, the white kid, called me a monkey. And I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. Because in my head, I'm like, is there a Miss Jackson available that can handle this situation? And so, but I bring Chad over and I'm going to make up the kid's name.
Maurice.
What'd you call him?
Maurice.
Maurice. I love how you went with a 1970s Los Angeles Clippers point guard first name. Maurice Cheeks from Atlanta Hawks.
I forgot about him, yeah.
But so anyway, so I say to Maurice and all that, I go, Chad. And now I'm having to explain to him why that's a derogatory term. I go, because of slavery and all this stuff. And then I realized, like, I'm actually educating this kid on the history of racism in this country. Dude, to give you an idea how much kids have no clue, Chad turns. I ask him, I go, why'd you call him a monkey? And he goes, because a monkey is my favorite animal and he's my best friend.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what was going on.
Absolutely.
I asked him to apologize. And he goes, Chad turns to Maurice and goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were black. And I go, they don't even see race, dude.
Wow. I know.
Yeah.
Right?
That's amazing.
But you never know
how
someone is going to take it. So you have to be aware. That teacher, that's where she messed up. He's like, yo, that's an old song.
Yeah, read the room.
Read the room, bro.
Yeah, read the room.
Read the room. Yeah,
100%.
100%. Yeah, and that's unfortunately, dude. That's the name of the game that we're in. Is like, you know, you read the room, you know, and it's like I feel like that's easy for us to do as comics because we've just stood in front of so many different groups of people.
Absolutely.
Like, dude, like I could go and kill it at an old folks home, no pun intended. You know what I mean? But like I could literally, like, it doesn't matter the room because you have to adjust to different types of people, and like it's just read the room.
I just think it's so funny that woman that sent the video had literally no ill will in her heart.
I know.
It's so bad.
I know.
It's funny. It's funny.
Let me say it to his mom.
Man, like who would send something like that to the mom? That's how that's how you know she has.
How old was
she had no idea. I have no idea. They didn't show her face. I just heard her voice. She sounded like she was young, actually. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, because
she's probably from Kansas and doesn't know any black people.
Because I had never heard that version, but I bet you that version is popular, especially for little kids in certain parts of the country.
Yeah.
Probably.
But it was just a bad sign because it was all white kids behind, and they blew the white kids' faces, but you could tell there's all white kids.
And it's just one black kid, and she's like, "You
looking like this, like
yeah."
Like, It was
All
just-
right. And
yeah.
Maurice, would you like to start out picking the cotton for the day?
Yeah, and it's like,
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Office episode where who's the dude? Who's the black dude on The Office? No, obviously not Craig Robinson. The dude who works, is it
King?
Stanley?
I've seen that dude too.
Stanley. He's like
yeah,
sort of chubbier.
Yeah.
There was a thing to where he got mad at Stanley over something. He goes, Stanley. He goes, back to the back of the bus, and then he's like, and he realizes what he said because he was mad at him and telling him.
Mhm.
But it's like there's people who are just tone deaf. Like they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
There should be a
they
name
don't-
for them. Like, right?
autistic.
You know what? though?
But is it like, because I don't want to say ignorant racist, is it, but like, or someone that
They're
does
a little-
something that's racist or homophobic or whatever,
Yeah.
but there's no ill will. It's just that they don't see it.
They'll get
But
it.
it's like, so you can't like fully fault them, even though you have to hold them like accountable, I guess.
Well, they're not
Do
aware.
you think those type of kids have been sheltered their whole life, where they haven't been exposed?
Yeah, dude,
because the
100%.
families probably hide them from that type of
Dude,
stuff.
here's a good example. My mom and dad did really well with like giving me awareness of other people. Like
yeah.
they didn't specifically say this is how you act around this group and this is how you act around this group. They didn't do that, but they taught me like empathy. Like they taught me that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
now it's like I always try to think of what I say, and like in a sense it backfired in some ways because sometimes I survey people's facial expressions too much, and I'm like, you're okay, right? You know what I mean? I pay too much attention to that stuff.
Absolutely.
But I remember when I was a kid, I was gonna be I wanted to be Michael Jordan because that was my hero.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told my mom, I was like, can I get some brown markers? I was like, I want to color my skin.
Yeah.
And then my mom goes, absolutely not. And she had to explain to me why that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's like my parents explained that to me. There are people who they don't, for lack of a better word, dude, there's just a lot of people that are retarded.
They just don't know. It's sad.
Like, it's just,
okay, so we're gonna be cutting that line.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
they're not gonna.
Y'all want to get to these?
Oh yeah. We got to get to
Actually-
the detention. Yeah.
Yeah.
My detention is going to go towards the people who are, who just literally think that teaching is just an easy part-time job. I'm going to put them in the
I
detention
love
hall.
you, man.
You know what I mean? The people who think teaching is a part-time job. I've worked so many jobs. It's not a part-time job. You're going to detention. All right. You, because we got to get to the reactions.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. Oh my gosh, dude! I had it in my head and then I forgot it. Listen.
Yeah.
Okay, my detention is gonna go.
Once you get to the alcoholic girlfriend you used to have, no, I was kidding.
No, that was in my 20s, guys.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have an alcoholic girlfriend.
You only had
once.
one?
Yeah. Then
Good on you.
like one, and then it's yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would say.
She's still living, right?
Yeah.
You can give her a
Probably got
detention
kidney
then.
problems
No,
right now. Probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna say detention. I'm gonna say. Oh, you know what? People that can't be real and honest because they don't want to be perceived as a negative person. When you go, you're just there's camaraderie and understanding, like, and a sense of relief,
Or even asking questions and stuff. They want it's the virtue, the fake virtue.
yeah, or just like people where I'm like, don't you see the things that's going on around you? You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess that's it. Sorry, I had a better one, guys. I'd rather do the
No.
videos. I
People who
totally-
can't be real and honest, and people who think teaching is a part-time job, and that teacher in
Absolutely.
Miami. Wait a second. She was in Miami?
Miami.
She should have known better, dude.
Especially Miami.
No. She should have known
Miami,
better. Miami.
yeah.
You know how many Cubans are on speedboats in Miami?
Yeah.
But think about this.
Like, you should have known a little bit
But
better that
dude,
you shouldn't
you
be
should know
saying
all
that.
that.
I'm telling you about is
Yeah,
that-
that's in Miami, dude.
Yeah.
This isn't.
That's a city. She
ain't
should
no
know better.
excuse.
It's in a city. Come on
Miami.
now. Yeah.
Sorry, lady.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, you should know.
Yeah, you should know, dude.
Absolutely.
It's like, because when Chris was saying that, I was like, yeah, and I was like thinking of a scene. No, she's Miami.
Yeah,
No,
Miami. She
that's the
knows
thing.
better.
But
yeah.
that's the thing.
100%.
The only, for me, I don't defend that woman. I defend like
There's
that her
people who are literally
no, that her
oblivious.
intent. There was literally she's probably sung that and send that same kind of video
to other kids. Yeah.
and And that's the thing. I don't even know how much.
Hopefully not in Miami.
But no, she should have read that kid's face. That kid, you should have saw the kid's face. He's like,
or maybe the kid was just embarrassed of the fact that happy birthday. I don't know. I wasn't in the kid. But dude, what I'm saying is that she should know better. But I have to defend the fact that I don't think she was malicious. I don't believe that there was any ill will on her part. Yeah. But you're still stupid. It's lady.
Still funny. Yeah, it was in Miami though.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Let's react to what's going on in the classroom this week. Let's see what we got here.
This kid ought to be weary of a stranger, okay? But maybe you don't have good sense because you're sitting here arguing with me and you're making me mad and I'm going to send you to the office if you don't shut
up. So funny is the teacher being like, you're making me mad, and if you don't, shut up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm still on her side.
I got to be a teacher.
I'm going to react to these idiots that are actually doing the
talking.
I'm like, you've never been in a classroom. I have empathy for that woman and what she's
going
through.
I felt bad. I'm still laughing.
I felt bad. And I didn't think she did too much. I think she did just enough. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't touch the kid. Yeah. I've never gotten in a kid's face before. But I have screamed, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. She asked the kid to get out the class. I would
just say this, is that in every teacher, and I have to remind myself, it's never worth it. If you raise your voice to a certain level, you're screaming like that, the kid's getting exactly what they want.
No, they want attention. Don't give them anything. Negative attention. Yeah. That's water to them.
That kid, whoever that kid is in that video, guarantee you he causes problems in all of his classes.
Yeah. No, dude, guaranteed. 100%.
And I guarantee you this is not the first time this happened in her class. Her getting upset.
No, it's definitely not. And she definitely, you can tell it's just worn on her.
But you're like, but lady, you look like you're close to retirement.
Yeah.
Get some Hawaii in your eyes.
Yeah,
you know
100%.
Where'd you go?
Her neck did that thing. The reason why I was laughing, it was like with the southern thing. No, but it like came out. It was like super long. And with the southern voice, it was epic. I loved it.
Yeah, you need to start fucking caring.
What you do is read off these damn slides word for word. What new thing am I gaining in this class?
You're getting the intonation.
What a tool.
You got notes on there. I already asked for a study guide. I'm good.
You got a study guide?
Yes.
Are people passing around study guides?
Every one of your lectures in here.
I'm sorry, you're using something called mind grasp to replace the human who's trying to teach you?
Yes, you're wasting my time.
Listening to mind grasp on the headphones?
No, I was watching a show. I'm taking all of your lectures, putting them into here, and I get notes, I get the flashcards I can study off of, and I'm asking it questions so I can understand the lecture.
What's going to happen to your participation
rate?
I don't care.
Okay.
That's actually, if he's uploading all that, that's kind of genius.
Yeah, that's kind of smart. He's kind of
what do you mean? What do you mean it's kind of genius?
I think what he's doing is
it feels a little staged somewhat. And what I mean by that, I can see where Alex is coming from because I didn't think that originally.
What do you say?
But like this feels a little staged. It seems like it might be a student that's trying to get reactions from professors.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a staged thing.
Oh, see, I thought he had like a ChatGPT type thing open or whatever, and it looked like it was like recording and uploading
all the stuff.
And that's what he was like in his head. He's like, man, I don't need to be here. You're just reading off the cue cards.
That's what he's trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. I got it right here. So I got to pay attention.
So here's where that kid is in the right. A lot of these college courses they're lectures. And you go, I remember being a kid and I'm 19 years old and I raised my hand and the professor goes, I don't take questions. And you go, so that's why in my classes,
there's a lot of self-important professors. For sure.
No, conversations. So I don't want to teach. I want to have a conversation.
So let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever been questioned in y'all classroom about something that y'all teaching the kids? And they're like, well, I don't know about this.
I'm like, I'm the teacher.
Why we got to do this? Like,
no, but I can 100% explain everything.
Yeah.
I always explain stuff. I don't mind a kid asking a question because I will explain to them why we're doing something. And I got a lot of rapport with the kids, but like I'm in college right now and I'm not there physically. I'm there online.
Yeah.
But there is it really is a headache, and having to go to school for education is BS in and of itself because it's just kind of a dog and pony show.
Yeah.
So I feel mixed feelings about that. It's like it's very easy for me to side with the professor because they are a teacher at the end of the day, but they're not dealing with the behaviors that we're dealing with. You know what I mean? It's more like their egos insulted.
I understand where the teacher's coming from, but I also understand where that kid, because like I've been there, and you go, you're not like you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
There's no
boring.
interaction.
Why am I here? Why am I here?
Yeah,
What's
the same
All
thing.
right, let's do the next one.
And that's supposed to be for older.
You finish your assignment in 10 minutes. It's supposed to take the whole hour class period.
I work quick.
You work quick. Okay. Yeah, don't move your laptop. Fill out this worksheet for me with the YouTubes. Yeah. You're getting a 0 in this. Yeah.
Are you
Take
fucking
this.
serious?
You're done.
You're
getting an XF. I've told you, get out. Get out. Oh. Mr. Davies.
Well, you know, maybe he can still take it to Circuit City or wherever.
Professor was 100% in the right on that, and then that kid is just mad that he can't get away with it.
Yeah,
well,
I
kind of can't get it. What was he saying? What exactly happened?
So what the kid was doing is that he was using like AI and to submitting his assignment instead of actually interacting and giving his own thoughts.
Okay.
So he was giving the prompts to AI, and then that's why
AI was getting him the answer.
He's like, "Hey, you submitted it in 8 minutes. There's no way that you did that."
Yeah.
And so and then he walked over, saw that it was AI doing all the work, and was like, "No, you know what? You're getting an F." And that kid freaked out.
Yeah, dude, because he's used to having his own way all the time. And the thing of it is I really, really envy that about college professors, how they can just throw kids out of class. Dude, I remember when kids used to get thrown out of class.
Yeah.
No, he just said he's funky. That kid left. He got mad and threw it because
he didn't kick him out?
No, he got mad.
Oh, I thought he kicked him out.
He said he was getting an F. He's like, oh, he just threw it.
And that's how you know that kid has done other things in his life. Because a kid that has done that once and is just trying to would be like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, can y'all imagine if we had AI in school? That's the ultimate
we wouldn't even be able to do this
machine. Yeah, that's the ultimate cheat machine. Papers.
Stupid.
Yeah, with papers. I mean, how can you tell if you turn in an AI paper? Because I know Google, you can find out.
There's a certain program called Turnitin.
Okay.
And basically what it is whenever you use AI, it usually makes it very formal. And you could say, hey, ChatGPT, because like you could say, make it casual.
Yeah.
Make it very casual. Do that. But it's still going to have like that non-human element to it.
And then teach
but
can read
what's
it.
so weird is it's getting really good. AI's getting really good. Did
amazing.
I send you the thing of the old blues band that's AI that does the cover of 50 Cent Mini Men?
I think so.
It's like an old blues band that does it. It sounds really good. You wouldn't know. It sounds like a band from the 60s.
Yeah, I heard it's a viral AI R&B artist is going viral right now.
Yeah, so it is getting good. But the point being is it's just like, yeah, the professor is in the right because a lot of these kids, they're not using their own thoughts.
Well, what they're doing, and what they're doing now, guys, is that they're just having the kids do all the writing in class.
Oh, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. That's way better. Yeah, I get it.
So
they know that it's like more original and everything. But that's some of what's going on in the classroom, guys. We told you, we reacted to stuff. And those are our gold stars and detentions for the week.
Yes.
Awesome. Make sure you guys respect your teachers and also respect teachers. Because if I see a comment when I'm having a bad day to where it's like, it's just a part-time job.
Matt reads
You're
comments.
Getting detention. I need to stop doing it.
I don't read
I did it today.
I'm being masochistic by reading them.
I feel you.
You know, sometimes I'm just like
feeling too good.
I'm feeling too good. I need to take myself down a few pegs. So,
or you're feeling bad and you're like, I need something to take it out.
I need something to. I need to justify Hamster Boy 67. Yep. You know what I mean?
I feel you, man.
Who lives in their grandparents' basement? All right, guys. This has been the Teachers Lounge for the week. Peace.
We out.
Peace.